Let's create a furry hand grenade. Add a end sight. Put it to XZ and add some points. Make the math right, that's important. Make it editable and select every other point. Scale it inwards. Put the shape into an instance. This makes it easier if we want to change the shape later. Now scale the instance and duplicate it, scale it, and put it into a loft. This one is basically a reference for me to see if it works. And it does. So I did the same thing again. Just scaled those parts because we need those insets. So we need to put those bigger parts between the smaller parts. If that makes any sense. Now put it into a loft. So right now it's not bulged. We need to make the shape of the hand grenade. So I added a bulge modifier. And just need to make sure that it covers the whole object. Make some refinements. It's too thick now. What we can do is we can add an FFD modifier. Again, make sure it covers the whole structure and just scale it on the Z and X axis. And make sure that the bulge modifier is not interfering with the FFD modifier, so we need to scale that up. Great. Now for the handle I used just a spline and added that one into a sweep with a rectangle. Scale the rectangle. Great. This is all very cheap, you know, and here I added a chamfer for the corners to make them more rounded. And now the middle part, also very cheaply done, just with a spline. And extruded it. Put it somewhere in the middle. And now for the bevel, I made it editable and just added a bevel onto those edges. And I did the same thing for the handle, as you can see here. Now the connection, very easy, just a cylinder. And on top another cylinder. Now the handle and the connection part I put into a volume mesher, or I would say a volume builder and a volume mesher, and put in a smoothing modifier to smooth out the mesh. And here I put in a spline again to cut this little hole out. You will see that just with an extrude, and put this one also into the volume builder with an subtract. Easy. Now this little part at the front, just a cylinder and a hemisphere. Great. Now this little ring, first create a connection with a cone and a sphere, and now two rings. Now let's go to the hair, select the grenade and go to simulate and then add hair, and then just adjust the settings. You don't need any gravity, you can switch that off. And now jump to redshift. You can edit the hair material itself with the material tag. You can change the color here and also the overall look. But I soon realized that it behaved very slow and sluggish redshift, so I jumped over to Octane and did the whole process there. It was faster. Just adjust the settings of the hair. Also gave the grenade itself a material, as you can see. Put in a plane and some lighting. With a different HDRI. And I added a hair material, an Octane hair material, to the hair, and that made it look better. And then it crashed. Yeah. So I had to restart, doing it all over again. And yeah, but this time it worked out. So there are some settings you can change in Octane. Just play around with it. You know, you will see what fits best. Also gave it some kink and frizz. Now for the metal part on the handle, I used an Octane metallic material, or just say Octane metal material, and added in a noise, played around with the scale. Set the texture projection, by the way, to X, Y, Z. And from here on, it's just playing around with the different values. Put the same noise into the diffuse, now in the specular, and also into the bump and the roughness. You will see that. Till it looked good. Great. Now I used a backdrop. There is a preset in Cinema 4D you can use. It's very easy to adjust. Added in a blue material. Added some lighting. And that's it. I hope you liked it. If so, give me a like, follow me, and comment. And I will see you next time. Bye.